Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. 3 ways to make a shield, if you're going to call these shields. I know this is, but this could be very important. And with one of them, you can make that right there. That's pretty cool. So we'll just get this out of the way. The first way to make this shield, and I've made videos on this before, just take an ellipse, make a duplicate, and then hold down the control button so you're perpendicular. And then Control D to make a duplicate of those, and hold down the control button. And you can see the shield being formed right there between the two. So there's one. That's still my favorite and very easy to make. The other one, you take a 6-sided polygon, and I'm going to hit P to put it in the center of the page. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to take my shape tool, and I'm going to take away that one node, which is going to take away all these other nodes. Now I'm going to take it all and go up to Object and convert it to a curve. Now what I'm going to do is open up a Windows Dockers corners, and I'm going to grab those two. I'm going to hold down the Shift key, grab those two and that one, and I'm going to round it off. Whoa, I must have missed one. I didn't get this second one. So those two plus that one, and look what you get. And you could change that. You know, you can make it narrower, longer. Of course, that's gonna, when you do that, so when we're here, all three of these curves are equal. The other way, and this is really important to stay in the center of the page. So I'm going to start with a 6-sided polygon, and I'm going to hit P. That's in the center of the page. I'm going to take it and change it from a 6-sided to a 3-sided. It's still in the center of the page, but Corel thinks it needs to rotate from right here. If we turn on indexing lines, it really needs to rotate from there. So that's why we do that. Now, I actually like it the other direction, but we're going to take away this node, which is part of the polygon. And then we're going to select these two and turn them into a curve. And then we're going to just do this. And see, it's still in polygon mode. So all the sides are doing the same thing. And see, I'm just using an indexing line. You could use a 2-point line and put it in the center. But then to make it look like a shield, just rotate it. Now, another reason we want to stay in the center of the page is to maybe play with it. And let's go to Effects and Contour. Let's contour the inside one time with 2 inches. Now we need to we don't have to, but always break the contour apart. And then take a 3-point curve line and go from that to that. You know what? No, I don't. I want to go from here to here. And then just, the only thing you want to watch out for, you want it kind of symmetrical, and you want it to look like that. Now, because we're working the center, I can Control D, Alternate C, and rotate at 120 degrees. Well, that didn't work. Control D, Alternate C. Yep, 120 degrees. I must not have put it in the center. Well, that isn't working. Why isn't that working? See, that's what Corel thinks is in the center. Well, let's just go Control D and rotate it by hand. Well, maybe that's what's wrong. Problem. Let me make sure I've just got one. So I'm going to move this out of the way, but I'm going to move it back. Control D, Alternate C, 120 degrees. Well, that's a bummer. But if that ever happens, this one should actually, you know what? Let's try this. Make sure I just got the line. Control D, Alternate C. Let's go a negative 120. Shouldn't matter. Well, let's start over because I'm pretty sure I was in the center of the page. P, put it in the center of the page. See, a six-sided does that. Now we go through a 3 and how it changes the rotation. So now we're going to get rid of that node, turn all these into a curve, and then grab that center line. Then we're going to, I wish I hadn't closed the contour. Break the contour apart. See, a lot of times you'll have to select the whole thing to go to contour and break apart. Now let's try a 3-point curve line. Let's go from here to here this time. And just make sure you don't overcross that line. Control D, alternate C, 120. There it goes. Control D. I don't know what I was doing wrong. Now, let's group this together and let's take the Smart Fill tool, fill that in. Now let's move this group of objects out of the way. We're still in the center of the page. Let's go to our interactive fill tool and let's put a little darkness there. And you could play with this and make it yours. Control D, alternate C, 120 degrees, Control D. And when you put a black box around it and kind of show it off, it'll really show off that black or back a page and get rid of the indexing lines. That's pretty cool. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. And thank you for watching.